Everybody doing today? Welcome to Optimal Self and whatever day quarantine this is for you. So just wanted to say hello and let's get after it today. So today what I want to talk about is the fact that what are the behaviors that we're using every single day? And a lot of times we as humans, we always try to change behavior and we try to do something different. But what I want you guys to understand is that today's topic is belief equals behavior. So what you actually believe is what ultimately creates the behavior. And you can think about many, many things in your life, right? That you guys do on a regular basis, the things that make you who you are, the behaviors that you have right now. They all come from a deep-rooted belief. You believe a certain thing about yourself, and that's what drives and that's what creates the behavior. Okay? So I'm going to share our document today that we have for today's episode. And so here it is. Belief equals behavior. And here's what I want you to know more than anything else. And you probably heard the difference, and I'm going to dispel this myth. Your past is not predictive of your future. Your past is not predictive of your future. It is only predictive if your behavior stays the same. So in an instant, you have the ability to change what happens to you in the future. I can't change the past. I can't even change those bad behaviors or the things or the bad choices that I've made, right? And we've all made them. Nobody's perfect. But what I can do is learn from them. I can change the behavior, thus changing my future. Why? Because our beliefs drive our behaviors and our behaviors drive our results. I hope you guys hear that. You ready? Our beliefs drive our behaviors and our behaviors drive our results. This is true on both positive and the negative side, right? On the positive side, if I excel in a certain area, the positive results are driven from the fact that I utilize the right behaviors in that task, in that situation. So think about places in your life because you're all wonderful. You all have great things, right? Listen, we look at other people and celebrities and singers or whatever it is, and we look at them as if they're any different, and they're not. They're no different than you. They got a cool job. Maybe they have a cool skill level at something, but there's plenty of things in this world that you're better than them. So we're all equal here. We're all of us, you right now have the ability to be great in something. You just have to create the belief in it so that then the behaviors follow. So then the results show up. You have the power. But I can only do it if I first believe in my ability. I first have to believe it. That's where it all starts. And that belief will drive the behavior, right? So for a lot of us, it might be time, right? To face your fears. Identify the beliefs that lie beneath those fears. What are you fearful of? What's stopping you from getting that promotion? What's stopping you from being your optimal self? What's stopping you from being the best version of you? It's not about being somebody else. It's about tapping in and being the best version of yourself. And guess what? We're all quarantined. We're all having these. Now's the time to face it. This is the time that we get to re-examine ourselves. Identify the beliefs that have been holding me back my whole life. And we all have them, me included. But now's the time to face it. Let's identify those beliefs. Let's look at them. Let's look at them head on. Let's fight those beliefs. Let's change those beliefs. Because if you're struggling with an end result, if you're struggling in a certain aspect of your life, let's take a couple steps back. Let's first analyze the beliefs and then look at the behaviors. Because when I firmly believe in it, the behaviors will follow. And you'll see on here, I always recommend to everybody to have this conversation with someone you trust, with someone that you love, and somebody that can be very objective with you, because it's far easier to overcome these issues with a little bit of outside perspective. Because sometimes we don't believe that, right? And we've got to change our belief. And sometimes there's people out there that believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And if they're telling you something, a lot of times we shun it, we push it away, right? We stop it. We say, no, 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 I'm not that great. Or no, 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 I can't do that. I'm not that person. And they see it in you to say, no, you are. You are incredible. You do have that. And I firmly believe every single person that's viewing this right this second has that inner gift. Every one of you has been given this gift that's inside of you, but it's your job to unlock it and share it with the world. Do not go to your grave with it in. Do not hold it in. Sing that song. Be who you can be. You have literally the opportunities, but it all starts right here, belief. It all starts with the belief to the behavior to get the results. So again, what frustrates you? Perhaps there is a belief change that's in order, right? And you'll see on here, I have this to remind myself of the story. I heard this story on a podcast probably a few months ago. Trevor Moawad, he wrote a book if you're looking for it. But he's telling the story about this super successful magazine entrepreneur, right? And when he was in high school, he was failing out, not going to school, hanging out with the wrong crowd. His junior year, his single mom is like, listen, the only thing I ask is that you take the SAT, right? So those of you guys that maybe haven't been, the SAT is, a standardized test that has, math and verbal, right? 800 on each with a 1600 total. And that's, how you get into college, around in the United States, whatever. So most of you guys probably understand that. But here's the thing. So he promised his mom, so he's going to live up to that, right? So he goes and takes a test. And, whatever the time frame is, a few months later, the results come in. And he gets a 1410. That's incredible. Like, I mean, it's a really good score, right? And so the first thing his mom says is, wait, did you cheat? Right? Like probably all of our parents would do if we excelled in something. They said, did you cheat? And he says, no, Mom, like literally I tried. I wanted to, but I couldn't cheat. The way the test was and all that, he's like, no. And so now he's alone with his thoughts. He's alone in this situation. And now he's starting his senior year. And he's like, shit, I'm underperforming. So I'm a 1410. And so he starts going to class and he starts doing the work, right? He gets his grades up. Can't hang out with that group because that group's not going to school. So he's not hanging around with that crowd anymore. And all of a sudden he gets all the way through. And guess what? He gets in, he graduates. Even the teachers see this whole new guy. They're like, hey, maybe we missed a boat on this guy, right? And so they start to help him because he's given the effort. And then he goes on to junior college and then on to college. And then before you know it, he becomes this uber successful magazine entrepreneur. And he's married, already successful. Years later, he gets a notice in the mail. It's from the SAT board. And it says in there, we periodically go back and we see that there were 13 people your year that got the wrong test scores. Yours was actually a 740, right? A 740. We're sorry for the mix up, hope your life has been great, whatever. And so everybody's thinking like, oh my goodness, right? Like he wasn't that smart. And somebody said to him, they said, well, what was the difference? Was it that you thought you were a 1410? He said, partially. But what I started to do is act like a 1410. Let that sink in, please. I started doing the behaviors and acted like that because it was the inner belief that happened to him. So what area of your life do I need to change to act and behave like that? Because if you want more in your life, you want to be fitter, you need to do the things that's going to happen. You need more wealth or you want better relationships, that's what you have to do. You've got to create that. Starts with the inner belief and then it's followed by the behavior. Act like it. And please don't misinterpret this. I am not the guy that's going to tell you, fake it till you make it. I think that's 100% bullshit. Don't fake anything. Believe it and act it and do the things that it takes to get there, and you'll make it happen. Don't fake it. Believe it first and do it. All right. I hope you guys felt it. What part of your life can you start acting like a 1410? What is it? Because when you start those behaviors, the results will follow. And don't expect it to be overnight. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Everybody you see and all the things have years and years and years of work, right? So I'll give you this exercise. I want to give you guys things to do when you leave this, because I know you're all stuck at home, bored out of your minds like most of us, right? So let's take a look tonight and identify one belief that's holding you back. Identify it. What's that belief that's holding you back? And then write down, what are the behaviors do you need to adopt to make that change? If it's, and I'll give you an example, right? If you want to be, let's just go and say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? Pretty standard in America. Okay. Do you believe it's possible? And now what are the behaviors that have to happen? Do I need to do some meal prep? Do I need to schedule some time to do a workout? Can I jump on YouTube and grab an at-home workout since the gyms are closed right now? Figure it out. But believe it, set it out. What's the belief? Do I believe it? And now let's go after that behavior. All right? Man, I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying the content, please like, please share. If you're somebody out there that needs to hear this, just send it to them, direct message them, whatever that looks like. We will appreciate it here at Optimal Self. We're here for you. Please, comment, whatever it is. You guys are more than welcome. I love to hear from you, and some of the stuff that's come across, and even some of the emails that I've been getting. I'm super, super grateful. I'm just loving it, man. And let's enjoy this. So let's go. Belief equals behavior. I'll leave you with the last sentence. Our beliefs drive our behaviors. Our behaviors drive your results. Go get them. Have a great night. All right, guys. Take care.